What's up YouTube? It's Matt Mrozik, aka MVM397 with an unboxing for you today. So I saw this at Wonderfest, all painted up and on display, and I inquired about it. And this just released last month. It's by Polar Lights. If you're familiar with Polar Lights, they've done the Star Trek Enterprise and the original series Enterprise and the NX-01 Enterprise and the 350 scale. So they're really popular, known for those models. But they've kind of started introducing a new set of models, and this is the first of a resin kit. So this is actually a mass-produced resin kit by Polar Lights, and it is called the Executive Officer Kane from Alien. So I saw the painted up version of this. So what you're seeing on the front of the box here is a picture of the painted up master, and it was simply awesome. It was really well done. They had it lit up really nicely. As you can see on the box, the flashlight's lit up, the light on the head's lit up. There's some lights on the backpack that are lit up. I'll show you the box all around, but it was a beautiful piece. And I found this really inexpensive on Amazon through Horizon Hobby, and I want to say it was $109 shipped. So I've seen this as high as $200. So if you're interested in this, go to Amazon, type it in 1/9 Executive Officer Kane by Polar Lights, and go through Horizon Hobby. Not only was it inexpensive, but they shipped it. It got here like in 2 days. So really good deal. So here's the front of the box. Let me see if I can measure it for you if I have a tape measure out here, which I don't. So anyway, it's a decent size. I've seen a couple unboxings of the packaging. Is super nice. It says 12 and up. Here's the side of the box, just a close-up of the face and of the egg. And inside, you'll be able to see it. The end of the box, nothing new. So all the sides are pretty much the same. The back is a little bit different. It shows you, kind of describes the scene. Crystal clear plastic parts, clear resin egg. There's a detailed face hugger inside the egg. Decals, base is 7 inches by 10 inches, and it's solid resin. I know that because I've seen unboxings. There's also a little disclaimer on here if you want to see how this was painted, to look at the sci-fi. Where is it? Somewhere in this box told you where to look. Okay, to see how this pictured model was painted and built, see volume 37 of Sci-Fi Fantasy Modeler. And if you're not familiar with that magazine, it's a really nice magazine that's produced in the UK. It's kind of hard to get here in the US, so you have to go through like Cultman TV or something like that to order it per issue, and they're not cheap. It's like $30 an issue, but it's a quarterly magazine, and it's a really nice magazine. I'll go ahead and get the magazine for this, and when I get it, I'll show it to you. So let's go ahead and get this open and see what it looks like inside. So as soon as you open it, the inner box has some real nice screen grabs from the movie, so that's really good for reference, actually, for painting wise. And they give you a color scheme or color guide on the end box here. Now this looks like to be the filming suit, not the model. And on the other side, again, more color references. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit of glare from my light, but I'll try to avoid that. So there you go. So color references. See, the ends look to be the same. Alright, let's take the first layer of foam off and see what we got. So we're greeted with a little decal sheet. Not many. Actually hardly any at all. So that's all you get. Not too many. Excuse me. The instructions are one sheet, two-sided. It's like any other resin kit. There's not a whole lot to tell you what to do. There's not many pieces. I think there's about, I don't know, 15 pieces or so. Give you really detailed painting instructions for inside of the helmet right here. And pretty simple. I mean, not a whole lot of pieces. Just like that. And the packaging is really, really nice. So they've got, everything's been cut to fit each piece individually. And not only that, but they put nice little side thumb holes to pick up the pieces. So one thing I did want to mention that is on the front of the box, they claim, where is it? Somewhere, actually on the back of the box. I'm going to put the top back on and show you the back of the box. They claim a bubble-free, seam-free, so they claim high-quality resin parts, no seam lines, no bubbles, clean joints. So let's see if that holds true. If any of you have built resin before, you know it's nearly impossible to get bubble-free, no seams, perfect joint kit. Turn around this way. Sorry, it's upside down. Okay, so like here's the head. And looking very closely, it's a very nice sculpt. And I see the ever slow hint of a seam at the top of the head. See, right there. So when they say no seams, what they think that means that they've gone and kind of cleaned them up a little bit. You can not have a seam in a resin kit unless it's all one piece molds, which I don't know how you do that. But the sculpt on the face is super nice, really detailed. The helmet looks good, really nice there. I'll put that back in there. Here is the inside of the egg with the face hugger. That's all molded into one piece. So you can see the face hugger there, wrapped around the inside details of the egg. And this is really sharp detail, super crisp. So casting is really nice. And this, I don't see a seam. So good job on that piece. Put that back in there. I'll do a dry fit while I'm here too. Here's the right arm. Again, super nicely detailed. Casting is super crisp. They've got fabric detail molded into the suit. There is a slight seam line there, right down the middle. So those details will have to be carved back out. So don't put no seams on the box when there's going to be seams. I don't care that there's a seam because it's a resin kit, but don't claim that there's no seams when there obviously is some seams. There's no flash so far that I see. Here's the other arm. Let's take a look at that. Again, very nicely detailed. Is there a seam? Yes, there's a seam. Right down the center. So, they lie. So that looks good. I love the packaging. This is super nice. It's one of the legs. Again, the casting, the detail is super nice. The way they've got the fabric detail molded into the suit is really, really nice. Super crisp. Let's see, how was that in there? I think that was in there like that. So I'll just go through the pieces real quick, and then once I get to the base, which is at the bottom, I'll do a dry fit. Nice big keys. So it looks like everything's going to key together really well. Again, I'm not for sure because I haven't played with this at all. Here is the helmet. Now to light this sucker, you'll have to do some drilling and such. But it's hollow there to put a light in, so it wouldn't be too hard to drill a hole out through the center of the helmet and route some wires inside, behind, and down. So be tricky, but you can do it. They did on the Master. Again, the helmet's really nice. Super thin resin back here. I can actually see through the resin. And there's a seam line on the side. Not too bad though. Again, don't say it's seamless when there's seams. And here's the backpack. Again, a nice big key to go in the back. Nicely detailed. And this looks like a one-piece mold because there's no seam. So that is no seam on that one because it was a one-piece mold, you can tell. And the other leg, so that's interesting. So it looks like there's a key that goes to the crotch right here. There are no gates that I can see, so either they've clipped them off, which is my guess, and there's a seam right here on the back of the foot. This is really nice resin. It's super it's dense. It has the feeling of plaster. It feels like hardened plaster. Here's the egg, the clear egg. I guess it's resin. I'm not sure. Yeah. Hard. It almost felt like vinyl at first. So anyway, it goes like this. There's the top. So it's clear, so you can light it. And there's a seam. See, what they do is they say seamless. Is basically they've gone through and they've sanded the seams off because you can tell this has been sanded very slightly. And then inside the egg, there were some little bits and pieces. And then like, oh, here's the gun. Take it out. It goes on his hip, and a little pipe that goes from the helmet to the backpack. That's very sharply detailed, or sharply casted. Those look nice. I throw those back in the egg so don't lose them. Here is the flashlight. Again, that'd be relatively easy to light. It's hollow in the front. And this was like part of the backpack here. Here are the clear bits. Let's see if they're plastic or resin. Okay. So this is plastic, injection plastic. And this is also plastic. So these are all injection plastic, but they're super clear, crystal clear. They weren't lying when they said crystal clear because it is super clear. So that'd be nice for lighting. Lenses. These go to the helmet. This goes for the flashlight. Let's throw all those back in there so we don't lose those. Let's scratch them up. Put that back in the egg. And let's get down to the bottom, which should be the base. I think there's only one layer of pieces, and then it's the base. Yeah, so here's the base. And it's a good size. And it's solid resin. It just totally feels like plaster. It's so weird. So this shows you that this was casted on 1/15 of 2015. Pretty cool. So, for a really rough dry fit, let's see how this goes together. So that goes there. I'll do it like the box. That goes there. The inside of the egg here goes on first, like so. And this goes on top of the egg. And there's actually a key right here to tell you which direction it goes. And it keys perfectly in. Oh, I didn't show you the torso. I never took the torso out. Here's the torso. Oh, I do have an air bubble. They lied again. Air bubble right there. Those liars. Torso. Backpack. Let's see how these legs go together. It's kind of interesting how this works. So it looks like these two legs go like this. So this leg keys up into here. There's a little bit of a seam. Back here you don't have to worry about it because it actually you just put a little putty in there and it'd be good. And this keys up in here. So that's an interesting engineering right there, the way that works. This will take a little sanding and fitting. So, just like any other resin kit, mass produced or not, take some work. So basically this piece will fit like this. And again, it's not a perfect fit. Little sanding, little putty. It'll work just fine. That key's in there to hold it together, like so. And then this foot will go on like this. Now that seems really nice right there. There's a lack of a seam, I should say. And then there's a peg for the foot. Actually, there's a peg for both the foot and the knee. Let's see if we can get it in there and see how it looks. So it'll take a little work to get it to stand right. I don't know, maybe that foot's not supposed to be flat. I'll have to look at the reference photo, but that's looking pretty good. I'll bring the camera down once I get this all kind of fitted together. This arm pegs into here. Again, that seems really nice and clean there. Again, not many parts of this kit. This comes down in here like that. And let's see, the flashlight actually has a peg, has a key in the base, like that. And the hand is like this. And he's kind of, he's almost holding on to it, not quite. And then the head and the helmet. Oh, so here's an interesting fact. You have to put the helmet on first before you put the head in. So, and there's some keys here for the helmet. So, put the helmet on, like so. And then put the head in. Because otherwise, the head does not fit. The opening on the bottom of the helmet is too small for the head. So that goes in there like that. And that fits pretty well. That goes like that. Backpack goes like that. And this little piece right here goes where's that go? I don't know. I don't know where that goes. There's some clear parts here that go on onto the backpack. I'm not gonna put those on right now. But where does this go? Try to find where this piece goes. Helmet, helmet. Oh, there it goes. This pegs onto the front. Oops. My camera slipped. So anyway, this little piece right here pegs into the waist. In here, I'm not gonna put it in. This little piece right here pegs into the crotch area right there. So anyway, here's a basic dry fit of the kit. And it is just really cool when it's all painted. So the only major seam is right there in the crotch. You can kind of see it. So there'll be some fitting and stuff will have to be happening there, but the seams on the arms are pretty much non-existent, really good. The base is very nicely detailed. Casting overall is excellent. Again, right here, where these legs kind of go together, we'll take a little work on fitting these and trying to get rid of that gap a little bit, but part of building resin. So anyway, there's my unboxing of the Polar Lights 1/9 Kane model. If you do a Google search on it, you'll see a bunch of photos of the painted up kit. But if you're going to get it, go to Amazon and get it through Horizon Hobby because their prices are the lowest and the shipping was super fast. So anyway, there you go. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope it inspires you to pick it up and try it out for yourself. But thanks for watching as usual. Matt Mrozik, aka MVM3897, signing off. Until next time. See you later, guys.